Have you ever heard of Dwayne Blaze? If not, you probably should have. Dwayne runs Total Package Hockey in London, a skills and player development hub for the London Knights, NHL prospects both en route to and currently in the show. And oh, here's something else you may want to know. He's also a development consultant for now anyway, Stanley Cup champion Washington Capitals. Dwayne and I chat some hockey. Check it out.
When you get in the playoffs, you have to have certain things happen, right? Like, hopefully injuries are good, players are playing well, guys step up. But really, you need that depth. I mean, in the playoffs, your top guys are going to be your top guys, and they're going to contribute for sure. But if you can get secondary scoring or strong defense or goalies playing well, I mean, all those things come into play, and you have all those things together, then, I mean, that's kind of your recipe right there, is having some good second, third, fourth line guys that are playing well. Good goaltending and strong D, obviously.
Was the time just right for Washington, and maybe the fact that you're aligned with them? Were you the straw?
No, I'd be at the bottom of the totem pole. But no, I think for them, I mean, they've had a lot of good years. 3-4 good years. Winning the President's Cup.
Yeah.
And they were a solid team, obviously, right? I think last year it came together. I hope he didn't start the playoffs, and he got it, and then he kind of ran with it. He was playing really, really well. The D played real solid. Picked up a guy like Kepney who's played really, really well in the playoffs for them. And then their third, fourth line showed up. They played really well. Young guys like Stevenson and Smith-Pelly, they contributed. I mean, I think there was a lot of different reasons. Even a guy like Tom Wilson. I know, if he's not on your team, you hate him, but he's a guy that's loved by that team and such a good player.
I know a lot of. That's what I'm telling Leaf fans right now. It's like when you're going in to play Boston, I mean, they're the favorites and they've beaten you. You might have to take their kind of game to them. I mean, you go play your game. I mean, the Tom Wilson guy, he might be hard to stomach sometimes, but you want to get past them, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You need that grit. You need that those guys are going to work that way and maybe intimidate a little bit, play hard, and create opportunities, right?
Last one for you.
Yeah.
What would you what kind of conversation could you have with a Washington Capital that you would have with just Joe hockey player, Joe kid? Like sometimes you may even say to yourself, I'm giving the same advice to $1 million athlete who's got a cup on the line that I would to a kid who's just having fun.
And that's sometimes the hard thing for young kids or parents to understand. There's a lot of stuff we teach the young kids, we teach the NHL level, right? So just keeping it simple sometimes, and sometimes little things like just changing the hand position on a stick for a player, and they try it, it feels pretty good, they let a couple good shots, go like, man, this is really good. And you didn't do anything crazy, you didn't reinvent the wheel, I just gave them some real simple advice that I would give a 5, 7, 8, 9-year-old. And a lot of times that sinks in with them, like, oh man, that feels way better, and then it changes maybe how they release the puck or how they feel with their stick, So a lot of times it translates, right? It's very transferable from young kids to that level. Now, at that level, there's smaller kind of margins, right? Yeah. So you're really kind of nitpicking. They're all good players, obviously, so you're trying to find little pieces of their game that you can help with.